Hey there, and welcome to the Queer Profits Podcast, where we dive into topics and issues nobody else wants to talk about in the world, socially, and in your business. Queer Profits is all inclusive. That means everyone is welcome. Yes, everyone. If you've ever felt like you didn't belong or didn't fit in, you found your place, no matter who you are, no matter what. In today's episode, we are going to just be with me, and I'm going to talk about your marketing action plan, how to get clients, how to convert clients, how to make more money with your MAP, your marketing action plan. So without further ado, let's jump into this. Again, it's just going to be me doing a little bit of hopefully educational and informational kinds of things. So I have something that I call MAP. MAP, it stands for Marketing Action Plan. I used to call it the Action Marketing Plan, and decided to switch it because that made a better acronym. So, what I found in business in the 30 years that I've been in business is that so many people go about doing things and they don't really have a plan, right? They don't have a marketing plan, which was so foreign to me, probably as foreign as having one was to 95% of the people that I was talking to. But what's interesting to me is that so many of us business owners, especially in our community, we go out and we start doing things, and there's no rhyme or reason, right? There's no strategy, but that's what we're here to talk about today. But they're not following anything. They're just trying stuff. They're just throwing mud on the wall. And so much of that mud, sometimes mud sticks, right? The spaghetti sticks to the wall. Sometimes it slides down. And what you're left with is this mess, right? Because we weren't strategic, and we didn't have a plan that we were following. And so many times when clients come to me and ask me, Diane, should I do this or should I do that? Or should I do this at all, right? My response is, well, is this part of your plan? Is this part of your strategy? Is this part of what you have lined up for this year, for this quarter, for whatever? And sometimes the answer is yes. And sometimes they look at me, right? Like, what are you talking about? And so I think the thing to remember is if you have a plan and you follow your plan, right? I mean, think about what we do in the world where we have a plan. And unfortunately, so many of us, this is going to sound harsh, and I don't mean for it to, but, so many of us put more planning into our vacations than we do our businesses, right? And so I'm not talking about a business plan. I'm not talking about sitting down for hours and lamenting over some sort of big business plan. What I'm talking about is your marketing plan. What are you going to do? What does your marketing plan look like? What is that action? What is the action that you're going to do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis? What does this quarter look like for you, right? What if you literally could map out a plan for the next 90 days that would enable you to make more in this next 90-day period, right? And it doesn't have to be every quarter on the calendar, right? Just pick a 90 days. Start today. What if that 90-day period with a really succinct and specific plan, what if you could make more in that 90-day period that you made in the entire 12 months prior? Let that sink in. Let me ask it again. What if you could make more in 90 days, or the same amount, right, that you made in the entire 12 months previous? You can. I've done it. And it totally blew me away. I made six figures in a 90-day period, right? Why? Because I had a plan to do it. I was focused. I was working toward a specific thing. And so many times, think about it. How many times do you sit down at your desk in the morning and without any real direction, without any real purpose, without any real, like, this is the thing I need to accomplish, right? There's a book, it's old. It's written by Brian Tracy, and it's called Eat the Frog. And in Eat the Frog, Brian Tracy talks about doing the hardest thing first, right? What do most of us do? Most of us do the easy thing first, right? Because let's just get the easy thing out of the way. But many times, if you would start your day and do the thing that you don't want to do, the thing you're dreading, the hardest thing, if you would do that first, what would happen would be very simple. The rest of your day would be easier. For some of you, that first thing that you did would eliminate the need to do anything else, right? There's a book called The One Thing. I looked to my right because I have a 3x5 card on my desk. with something from the book. It's called The One Thing. It's an amazing book. And I would highly recommend it. But here's the gist. If you're not a reader and you don't want to listen to the audio, the gist of it is this. It's called the focusing question. And the question is, what's the one thing I could do today? What's the one thing I could do right now? And by doing that, it eliminates the need for me to do anything else, right? The real question is, what's the one thing I can do? And by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary. That's the actual quote from the book, right? Think about that. What if when you sat down at your desk, you spent an hour or 2 hours or 4 hours for that matter, doing this one important thing so that everything else was easier or unnecessary? Because when you were done with that 4-hour time period or 1 hour or 2 hour, you could get up. You could go play. You could do what you wanted. That focusing question. And for so many of us, if we just had this marketing plan, we would know on a daily, weekly, monthly basis what we needed to do. And that's a big part of what I do when I work with clients. It's a big part of what I do every year at my fall event, is this action marketing plan. This piece of, and I'm not talking again about spending days and hours and weeks putting this thing together. And it is going to flex and flow, right? You have to be flexible. So we write it in pencil, not in pen, right? So we can go in, because marketing is all about testing and modifying based on the current results that you're getting. So if things aren't working, then don't keep doing it, right? Stop. Let's modify. Let's look at. Let's change a headline. Let's modify the media. Let's look at what we're doing. We change a photograph, right? Sometimes adding one word, taking one word out of a headline makes a huge difference. So there's a couple things that we talk about inside of your marketing plan. One is, how do you attract prospects? How do you attract people who potentially want to do business with you, or potential people who will spend money with you, who will buy from you, right? How do you attract those people? How do you pull them into you? And so many times there's basically two types of marketing. There's marketing that pulls and attracts people to you, and there's what I call push marketing, where you're pushing messages out, pushing, trying to get people to take action, right? Well, if you would pull them toward you with great offers, with information, with hopefully with things like this, is a pull marketing technique, right? It's me giving and giving great information, doing these amazing interviews with these amazing LGBTQ plus queer business owners who are hopefully enlightening you and talking about things. But it's this piece of, how do we attract people to us? How do we pull people into our circle instead of just constantly pushing information out there, right? So how do we attract people? And then once we attract them, that's when the fun starts. That's when the marketing starts, right? Now that we've attracted them, now that we've pulled them to us, how do we actually get them to say yes to us? How do we get them to reach into their wallet, right? Right? And take out their credit card and say, yes, Diane, I want to do business with you. Yes, I want to coach with you. Yes, I want to come to your event. Yes, I would like to have that course, right? It's that piece. How do you do that? And that isn't a something I can talk about in 10 minutes, right? But the answer is that you continue to do what I call drip marketing, right? You continue to market to them. You continue to talk to them. You continue to show them how you can help, how your programs, products, and services will be a benefit. And there's a lot of ways to do that. And in today's world, so many of us have gotten so into the email marketing that we think that's the only way, when in fact it's not, right? There's a lot of ways. People are using Messenger on social media, direct messaging. People are using text messaging now. There is still this thing called a telephone that you can actually pick up and talk to people, right? There's a lot of other media other than social media, other than email marketing. And that's what those two things are. They're media. It's the way your message travels. There's this thing called direct mail, which still works really well. And so all of those marketing messages that you choose, though, are really based on what we call a marketing funnel. Now, don't let that freak you out. You know, funnels have been around since before the internet. We just didn't call them marketing funnels back then. We called them sequences. We called them drip campaigns. We called them whatever, right? Marketing funnels don't have to be complicated. They don't have to be some big convoluted 59-step or 159-step thing that you do inside of a fancy CRM or customer relations management system like Infusionsoft or Kajabi or MailChimp, right? You don't have to do these big complicated things. Entreport, there's all sorts of different ones. The point of the matter is that anytime you continue to have conversation with somebody on an ongoing basis, whether you're giving them information and which is leading to the sale or you're talking to them about the sale, that's part of your marketing funnel. So don't let all of this talk about funnel hacking and funnel this and all of that get you freaked out. It's a simple process of your marketing is really the journey it's a theoretical journey, first of all, right? Because no one takes the exact journey that you map out. Some people are going to skip steps. Some people won't even know anything about you and they'll come in and spend money with you, right? So marketing is a theoretical journey, especially when you talk about marketing funnels. But it's the theoretical journey that people take with you to make a yes buying decision. And for some people, they'll do it immediately. They'll come in and say, yeah, I want your stuff. For some people, it'll take a week or two. For some people, it's going to take a month or two. Some people, it's going to take years, right, for them to finally, but my question is, do you care? I mean, in one aspect, yeah, you do because you want people to spend money with you now. But, do you care what somebody's process is? You shouldn't. You should just continue to give them information, to let them know about the services, certainly give them call to actions, right? And we're talking about a big piece now, right? What I want you to get is that all of that doesn't happen by throwing mud on the wall. It happens because you have this marketing action plan in place. And so, I gave you a lot in the almost 12 minutes that I've been sort of talking and teaching and coaching a little bit. And so if you need help, if you want to look at an action marketing plan, if you want to look at strategically, how do I set my business up so that these things happen? How do I automate and delegate and all of that? How do I leverage, which is what I'm going to be talking about, not in the very next one in this series, but in a couple of times here, is the leveraging piece. But if you want that information, reach out, let me know, comment wherever you're seeing this, reach out to me at pride@careerprofits.com. That's pride@careerprofits.com is the other way that you can reach me. Find me on social media, comment, let me, send me a message, and let's have a chat. I can help you with this. I've been doing this with people for about 30 years now, so I'm pretty good at this stuff. So that's it for today's edition of Career Profits Podcast. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it as always. If you liked what you heard, please refer a friend. Please share this with people. Please comment. Please leave us a review. That's always helpful. Whether you're queer or straight, these are the kinds of issues that we all are dealing with in our businesses and in our lives. And so that's what I'm here for, is to talk about those things and help you with those things. If you'd like your business to be more profitable, certainly go to careerprofits.com and check out the free report I have for you there. Three easy for me to say, 3 keys to growing your business fast, getting more clients, and making more money. Part of that is all about marketing, which we talked about today. All you have to do is go to careerprofits.com. It's going to take you about 33 seconds, literally, to do that. You'll get that report from me. As always, I'd love to hear your comments and suggestions. Career Profits Podcast is about bringing our entire community together for the good of all of us. And as business leaders, I think that's our responsibility and part of what we can do. Unity, integration, and acceptance starts with each and every one of us. So let's continue to work toward that. I'm Diane Conklin with Career Profits. Until next time, make it a great day.